Yeah. No, I was a little late. I got stuck on the Al-Qaeda. Upset stomach. Al-Qaeda just means toilet. But if you dare trip with me, I will take you on a ride. You will see just how you can prevent genocide. Everything you think you own has been lent to you by a predator with a monopoly on terror, no competitor. America's a dead nation getting deader. Too pawn to its sovereign. You cannot audit your creditor. They ship the drugs and run the prisons, etc. You can't find one newspaper editor. If you get upset, who you gonna write a letter to? Your congressman has been vetted, and so has your senator. The inventors of this creature are fortuitous. This world order, trust me, there ain't nothing new to this. The truth is just too illustrious and luminous for folks to know who they can trust and who Lucius is. Or any other Rockefeller Foundation, 1,000 points of light, non-governmental organization. All that tyranny could be summarily dead in one fell swoop. If you dead the Fed. Yeah, dead the Fed. Dead the Fed. My background singers didn't come today. Thanks for coming. Dead the Fed. That's what I said. Dead the Fed. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. The Federal Reserve is a monster. And you'd be foolish to think their main goal is not to conquer. Your mindset, slave, don't ever forget, slave. You have just been turned into a bona fide debt slave. Officially, when you take the real route, there was a banker takeover, fuck a bailout. They got the public clamoring to stick their tail out. It's Admiralty law, they rob it and they sail out. Ain't nothing new, eventually you'll see the cinema. They had this movie rolling centuries, if not millennia. No wonder why they wanna censor me, cause I get into you. Bend the treasury and let you see it needs an enema. Your dollar's dead, now they nickel and they dime you. That shit was created in the lab like a swine flu. Cast your votes today to end the Fed. These motherfuckers should be sentenced to death at the Hague. End the Fed. Illegal fiat money gotta go. They should all be beat with tally sticks. End the Fed. That's what I said. You better bet the Fed. This army truck is nice. Like I said, my background singer's after. Hey yo. Every time I hear the mere mention of the Federal Reserve and the Post, I feel the puke in the back of my throat.
Steve Miller, how do you feel about the Fed?
Badly. I hate the Fed.
This money is printed infinitely. That means the more that they print, the less the money in your pocket becomes worth. The Reserve is a private bank. It's a private bank. Look it up on YouTube. Look up the Federal Reserve, the people that print your money on YouTube. You'll be amazed. You have the ability to reason. Look it up on YouTube. Federal Reserve is a private bank. We own this $1 trillion. Are you guys gonna pay your share of $4 trillion to this private bank? You know who owns this bank? They're the Americans. They're European banks. The Rothschilds, the Morgans, the Rockefellers. Look it up on YouTube. Our monetary system. Every single dollar in circulation is printed by a private bank known as the Federal Reserve. These people are not elected. The entire central control of the money in your pocket is run by private people that you do not elect. Think about that for a second. The entire circulation of money is entirely out of your control. These people can fund whatever efforts they want. That's why we have bailouts. That's why we have immoral wars. Because these people are not asking our permission. They are private. They fund illegal wars. They spend $1 trillion a year on them. They bail out their friends on Wall Street who they work in collusion with.
Keith Smith, can I get a statement on the Federal Reserve?
It's gone. We nullified it. We are creating our own money now. The Federal Reserve has fallen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Reserve was founded in 1913 along with the income tax and the IRS. How many of you people are fans of the income tax or the IRS? The Federal Reserve was founded in 1913 along with the federal income tax and the IRS. How many of you are fans of either of these institutions? and you have no say in. Think about that. The entire monetary system of the entire country is 100% out of your control. Control our money system think it's okay to spend over $1 trillion a year in deficit spending for illegal, unconstitutional wars. They are people who think it's okay to bail out the auto industry and other big companies that they are friends with. The Federal Reserve is the same people driving us into debt because they inflate the currency and start putting it out of thin air. You have no control over it. This is the central reason why our economy is tanking. 5 cents now costs $5. This is caused by the Federal Reserve, enacted in 1913 and given the ability to print money. They can do this unlimitedly, and they are proven to do so with impunity through illegal and immoral war, through bailouts, quantitative easing. They just announced, without even asking you or caring about your thoughts, that they are going to be printing an additional $40 billion a month. $40 billion. That is not wealth. Government cannot create wealth. They can only print baseless money. So this means that the more that they print, the less the money in your pocket becomes worth. Finances both sides of every war. They finance every single one of our enemies before we go to war with them. Why? Because war is profitable. They care not if you're a Democrat. They care not if you're a Republican. Because voting is rigged. If voting was real, voting would be illegal. In the wars, and the Fed, and the wars, and the Fed, and the wars, and the Fed, and the wars.
Yeah, that was a concession. Some of them, lots of them.
It's all going up. The reason it's going up is because we have a currency run by the Federal Reserve that is backed by nothing. It is all debt. If we paid off all of our debt, we would have no money. The Federal Reserve prints baseless, what is known as fiat currency. Look at history. Fiat currencies fail every time. Every single time. Because the empire running those currencies overprint it and weaken it to the point where it is worthless. And you have an economic crash. That is what is happening in America today. We are experiencing an economic crash due to extreme inflation. What makes you think that we can uphold $1 by spending trillions of dollars a year in war, in bailouts, in social programs that are insolvent? What makes you think we can uphold budgets that are dipping into Social Security? Inflation is no joke. It does not matter your stature in life. Whether you are poor on the streets or rich and amazing, and monetary crash will affect you. Because when the money is worthless, it is going to take many, many dollars to buy simple things such as bread. This is evident in Germany, in Zimbabwe. I was in Switzerland. That is what happens when you inflate a currency and you overprint it. You make the value of that currency weak. That is what is going on. What do you think happens when we spend trillions of dollars on killing people? Don't know. You know what that means? Do you? Research it. It is true, as we look upon the leadership in this nation, that they are all bought and owned by the private bank known as the Federal Reserve. That's correct. This bank is no more federal than McDonald's. It's a private corporation. It's sold on the New York Stock Exchange. It's up to us, we the people, to take back the right to coin our own money. Don't give it to a private bank that cares not if you're a Democrat. It cares not if you're a Republican. They care not how you vote. It's all rigged. Wake up! Wake up, America! Even our own country! Our own country's been taken over by this bank! The Federal Reserve is not part of our government. It has never been part of our government. It is a private bank in control of all of our money supply. Something as intimate as the tradability of our labor is controlled by a select group of unelected people. They use this control to print infinite amounts of that money to fund anything that they want. Are you sick of war? Look at the Fed. Are you sick of bailouts? Look at the Fed. Are you sick of insolvent social programs? Look at the Fed. Google World Trade Center 7. 3 buildings fell on 9/11 in New York City. money. And the reason nobody ever hears of this third building is because you need to look it up. Signature is your parents. The United States of America is actually a corporation. It too is actually privately owned by the same owners of the Federal Reserve. And the Fed! 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 According to the U.S. Constitution, QE3 is now $40 billion a month being printed to bail out banks, not bail out you. The Federal Reserve does not care about you. They don't care. They actually wish you were dead. It'd be easier to control the money if there were nobody to control. It's actually a corporation. It too is actually privately owned by the same owners of the Federal Reserve. All that away, China. So, we print money out of thin air to fund our deficit spending. We print money out of thin air to fund our $1 trillion in wars, to fund our bailouts. This devalues the money that is printed. It devalues the money already in circulation. This is why prices are going up. Prices are actually not going up. Do you think things are just out of nowhere becoming more valuable than they were before? No. It's because as money gets printed more and more, that money becomes worthless. It's the declining value of the dollar, the purchasing power of your labor. That is what is going down. It's tough to get a round of applause for the police, but they did an awesome job, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, officers.
Some police officers who were nice to escort us to Smith City and actually understand that they took an oath to defend the Constitution. Way to go, cops!
Alright, so because I'm short, I'm going to stand up here. Excuse me. How ironic is this shit? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, come here real fast. Thank you so much. This was amazing. This was I know I was only here, but I think this is the best rally in the nation today. What do you guys think? Yeah! Alright. Well, I just talked to the owner of our establishment, Underground Arts. It's a 1200 Callawhill. They have food, they have alcohol, they have water. If you're not an alcoholic like us.
Is it free food?
You're at an end of Fed rally and you asked me that question. No, it's not free.
Look at this. Something tells me we're not allowed in here.
They can't close the sidewalk. It's a private day. It says sidewalk closed on. Feed your head.
Feed your head. Alright.
There's cars here.
Well, I can see that the economy is collapsing, but the Fed can do renovation.
Sweet. I wonder where they got the money for that. Kidding.